Welcome everybody back to boostinmotion, guys, and this is going to be a short video talking about the different turbo options for your VR30 Q50 and Q60. Hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to boostinmotion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. So welcome back everybody. I'm surprised I never made this video, and shout out to Lalo. I appreciate you so much, brother. You know I thank God that you're here, man. Thank you for all the subscribers and followers and everybody who wants your boy boostinmotion to be very successful. But anyways, let's talk about it in this video. So I made a video called 400 wheel horsepower, 500 wheel horsepower, and 600 wheel horsepower. It talks about the different parts and parts that you can use on your VR30, Q50, Q60, so you could get to a certain amount of wheel horsepower range. But I never really got, I don't want to say in depth, but talked about the different turbo options. Now let's start with the ones that are currently right now. Number one, RT Tuning Turbos. So I'm gonna put the links below to these companies. I'm not sponsored by any of them, so this is free advertising, and you know it's one of the biggest platforms for it, so why not? I still want these companies to do well, no matter if they don't like me or not. It is what it is. But anyways, RT turbos. So with the RT turbos, remember, these turbos I'm talking about right now are OEM replacement turbos. So they're OEM turbos where they replace just the turbines. Now for the RT turbos, they replace just the cold side, or I believe the inducer side. You guys are probably gonna beat me up in the comments if I'm saying it wrong. But they're just replacing the turbine on the cold side of the turbo. It flows a lot better, I think almost 30% more efficient. So that's more CFM of air. Now, if you want to go with RT turbos, they're quite cheap. I'm not going to throw out pricing, but they're pretty cheap for what it is. And you should see right around on full send with E85 and fueling options, such as upgraded injectors, high pressure fuel pump, low pressure fuel pump, etc. You should see between 550 to 600 wheel horsepower, depending on your elevation, DA, fuel type, etc. All right, so now that you guys know that, that's the power range on RT turbos. Now, the second option is pure turbos. Pure turbos make two different stages. They make a stage 1 and a stage 2, I believe. Don't beat me up, I can't really remember off the top of my head. The stage 1 is very similar to the RT turbos, and it actually have similar pricing. So understand, most people don't usually purchase this option because they usually go for the stage 2 or the pure turbos that pretty much are full send. But if you do want to go with these turbos, the stage 1s, they're priced very similar to the RT turbos, and I believe from what I remember they also do something similar where they just change the cold side turbine only. So definitely check that out on the Pure Turbos website too, and compare and contrast the pricing. Okay, and once again, because it's very similar, you're gonna have between that 550 and 600 wheel horsepower, depending on the type of fuel you have and fuel system parts that you choose to upgrade. Okay, cool. Now the third option is pure stage 2s, or pretty much pure stage 2s are pretty much upgraded hot side and cold side fins. This is pretty good. You will sacrifice some low end torque or responsiveness, but on the high end at higher RPM, these turbos are spinning super fast at a really high amount of RPM, and they design it to have the most efficient amount of CFM of pretty much, they make the turbos really efficient. Excuse me, guys. So you'll see with pure stage 2s, you're gonna see the high 5s on just chilling. I'm talking about on 93, just chilling high 5s, right? But if you want to go full send with injectors, E85, once again upgraded fuel components, you're going to see between 640, 660, 670, maybe even close to 700 wheel horsepower, which is right around the record right now for these turbos on this platform. So definitely check out Pure Turbos for the stage 2s. Now, understanding this all depends on fuel type, DA, elevation, etc. Your bolt-on modifications. This is not on a stock car, just a complete stock car with no bolt-ons. So you understand you have to get a free-flowing exhaust and other parts to make sure that this stuff is pretty much that these turbos are allowed to breathe and excel at their most efficient. Okay, cool. Now, If you don't want to deal with OEM set of turbos, shout out to AMS Performance. They came out with their upgraded turbos. So they use completely replaceable units, and they use their own exhaust manifold that bolts into the engine. They're using these large, completely larger turbos. I can't remember the name right now off the top of my head. I believe they are Garrett turbos, but they're pretty much larger turbo units, and they're going to deliver enough amount of CFM. Those current range right now, I believe their range is still somewhere around that 850 wheel horsepower, but usually with that, you're going to upgrade your engine internals, and you're going to upgrade your transmission, because the amount of air and torque that these turbos are going to deliver is just going to destroy that stock motor and the stock transmission. You wouldn't want that. But if you are looking between that 850 to 1,000 wheel horsepower range, AMS Performance make their kit. I believe with their kit, you can't buy it and have someone else install it. They have to install it themselves. So I noticed not too much people actually going with that option, because they want to just buy it and have their local mechanic or themselves install it. All right. So that is an option if you choose to do that. And that is also on E85 and other fueling components and everything. All right, cool. Another option that should be coming out we're in June, as of right now, is Drop Bear Performance Turbo Kit. I have videos talking about this on my channel. Shout out to Mike Mixon, the owner of Drop Bear Performance. He's going to be using Garrett G25s, 550s, and 560s. Now, these turbos are going to flow a lot of wheel horsepower, a lot of power. I mean, these the 660 should definitely go well above 1,000 to 1,100, 1,200 wheel horsepower. But once again, you're going to need to build a motor, transmission, and other accessory and fueling modifications. But knowing that these turbos are also going to be something very similar, where they design their own exhaust manifold and they have the turbos, but it's going to be supposed to be, shout out to you, Mike, shout out to you, it's supposed to be a literally like if this was going to be an OEM kit, this is how clean he wants this kit to be. He wants it to be able to be installed in your car, and you literally don't have to change too much or do too much to the car so that you can get these turbos to fit. They want it to be that snug. All right, so shout out to Mike at Drop Bear Performance. This is another option that you guys can do. Hopefully in the next month, he stated that in July should be the release of these turbos. So hopefully we can hold him to this word, because I am excited to see what these turbos can do. Especially that there was a company, I forgot, it's in Florida. They held the record somewhere around that 900 wheel horsepower range. They pretty much took a G25 550s and designed their own exhaust manifold. This is just a one-off kit that they just chose to do with a built motor and a built I believe built trans, and they did like 900 wheel just in one pull. So I don't know whatever happened to that car. Hopefully I can steal that video and throw that up there. It might be shot by a potato, but knowing that just on that turbo kit alone that someone just threw together, it developed that amount of power. Just imagine when someone took a lot of time, R&D, and put into a very efficient kit. All right, so super excited about it. Now, for the people who made this part, because some of you guys don't make it to this part, there's a little bit of birdies going around, and you know, I have a couple people who watch me, but just know that there's a couple of companies that are going to be coming out with their own turbos too in the next couple of months, because you know the 400Z is coming out. So a lot of companies are trying to get themselves ready to release their own set of turbos for the VR30 platform. So it's an exciting time. I can't wait to see it. Some companies, some popular companies that we already know that's been quite quiet, you know, that's been in the Nissan Infiniti game for quite a while and been serving the community for quite a while. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do, but some of them are stating they're going to be OEM replacements too. Some of them are going to be their own aftermarket turbo replacements too. So I can't really wait to see this. This is going to be super dope. I love to see competition. I love to see how much this platform is continuing to grow. At the end of the day, I know we're not BMW platform with the B58s, but at the end of the day, it's really good to see that, yo, Nissan Infiniti finally got some heavy hitter motors that a lot of people are jumping in, and you can get it into a 4-door, a 2-door luxury coupe, and it looks like it's about to be a 2-door sports car. So outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the time. Thank you for always banging with your boy Boost. Thank you for me just hanging out and looking at the back of the hallway and everything. You guys have a good day. Appreciate it. Thank you everybody for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also on top of that, if you want to purchase some boostinmotion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.